Hi guys, this is my Chevy pickup running on 100% veggie, starting and running on 100% veggie. It's got a full one tank conversion on it. This video is for, I'm gonna demo it for sale on eBay and other places. So as you can see, it's a single cab, long bed, two-wheel drive, just a basic, Chevy pickup. It runs very good. The engine is in excellent condition. It is very strong. Okay. Well, it's a 95, so it's got some wear and tear on different places. It's not immaculate. It's not immaculate. The paint has been peeling off over the years, so I have repainted everything that I could find that was sticking out. So I think it came out pretty good for a homemade paint job. There is a bed liner in there that always comes in handy. Okay, the tires are in very good condition. I don't know if you can see it, but these tires are about 90% good. Almost brand new tires. I got two of those in the rear and one in the front. That's about 95, almost 100% good. This used to be a spare tire for my other vehicle, so that tire is almost brand spanking new. This tire is about 60%. So you got three almost brand new tires on it, and one of them are 60%. Okay, what else? There is a little damage on the mirror here. Little piece is missing. The armrest is missing. I've been going to the junkyard for like 6 months now and I couldn't find the armrest. So the mileage is 402,000 miles. That's on the chassis. Okay, the chassis has 402,000 miles on it, which is pretty good considering everything. So the veggie system, you have 3 gauges, one for turbo, one for primary oil pressure, fuel pressure, and the second one is for secondary fuel pressure. Then you have a manual glow plug light, glow plug button. Maybe you can see the light coming on over there. And then this thing turns on the veggie system, and this thing turns on the high idle. You want to use high idle when you first start it in the morning, so it warms up quicker and generates more electricity from the alternator. And these two lights are indicating the temperature of the injection pump. Okay. The red light goes out when the pump reaches 100 degrees, and the green light goes out when the pump reaches 135 degrees. Okay, and it starts on 100% veggie. You never have to use diesel ever. I put about 60,000 miles on this truck on 100% veggie, and it still runs as strong as it was in the beginning. So there is no engine damage to due to veggie. I don't believe whatever people say. It's not true. Okay, diesel causes more damage to the engine because it messes up the engine oil. Veggie oil doesn't do that. Okay, you can go about 3 times longer on the same engine oil than what you would go running diesel, because diesel generates looks like my battery went out on my camera. I have to stitch this video together. So the engine is I believe it's a more recent engine, because when I bought it I had to take the head down and fix one of the valves. So when I had the head down on the left side here, I was looking at the cylinders and they still had the cross hatching on it. So I think this motor is less than 100,000 mile motor, because I put about 60,000 on it, and you know, it was almost brand spanking new when I got it. So yeah, so 400,000 miles on the chassis, but the motor is probably less than 100,000 miles old. Okay, I can't be sure on that, but that's my best guess. And it runs very strong, certainly. You know, there is no doubt about that. So I have 2 brand new batteries in here. They are 85 amp hour marine batteries. They last a long time, and they can take a lot more punishment than regular what do you call it, automotive batteries. So let me show you the veggie system here. That's where the veggie comes through. You can see how nice and clear that is. Okay, this is where it goes into the pump. This is where it goes in for the gauge. That's the connection for the gauge, one of them. And this ball valve is the return line to the tank. So when you are bleeding the whole system after changing the main filter or the secondary filter, what you do is you open up the valve here and turn on the ignition, and then the fuel pump will push all the air through the system and back to the tank. So as you can see, there is no mess at all by doing that. That's why I did that. So there is no mess. Okay. So as you can see, the pump has a heating block on it. The red block has 3 glow plugs in it on the right side, and the red block on the left side has 2 glow plugs in it. So 5 glow plugs is about 750 watt heating power, and that's what heats up the pump before starting the engine. And it takes about anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. In the summertime it's more like 3 minutes, in the winter time it's more like 6 minutes to heat up the pump before you start the engine. And that protects the pump from long-term damage due to running cold veggie and overstressing certain parts in the pump. Okay, so with the heaters, that problem does not exist. Your pump is safe from damage. And you only have to do that in the morning, not every time you start the engine. You only have to do that in the morning, because in the morning the whole engine is cold, right? So during the day, even if you park the car for about 4 hours, you can still just come back and you know, start it right up without using the heaters, because the engine will be still warm enough to allow that. So yeah, so you only have to heat up the system once in the morning, and then the rest of the day you're fine. Also the thermostats, those electric thermostats in there, I don't know if you can see it, but there is 2 thermostats in there, and they will bring the heaters back on whenever necessary. So the lights on the dashboard, the red and green lights on the dashboard, will tell you, you know, where you are in the heat up process. So when you need heat, those thermostats will turn on the heaters automatically. You don't have to worry about that or keep track of it. It's all automatic. Okay. So what else going on here? That's a 10-plate heat exchanger. That's what heats up the primary filter, and from there the fuel comes to the secondary, and the secondary filter also gets heated from the same heat exchanger. They are all hooked up in series. Okay, that's the old PMD from the side of the pump relocated here. It gets better cooling if the PMD is not on the pump, because the pump gets very hot. Okay, so most people relocate it here, so there is no problem, because those PMDs otherwise they fail. Okay, if you have it on a heatsink like this, they will not fail. Alright, what else? Yeah, so the primary filter is a huge 10-inch water filter canister. It's a high temperature housing that can take 160 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what it's rated for. And the filter insert inside is rated for 1 micron. Okay, but I think they are not very exact on that. I think it's more like 5 micron, but it works very well. Okay, I've been using them for years. And then the factory filter, I think that's an automotive filter. I think that's around 2 micron. So that gets the veggie oil very nice and clean. Scrubs it very clean. Alright, so yeah, this is the relay pack that drives the whole system. Okay, what happens is that the heaters get turned off when you're starting the engine, so there is not a big load on the batteries. So when you're starting the engine, or when you're using the manual engine glow plugs, the heater glow plugs will be turned off, and that's why there is so many relays there. Also, there is one for the high pressure lift pump, which is on the bottom. Okay, so that's a 60 psi sure flow pump, and that pushes the cold veggie up to the front from the tank. The tank is not heated because that's just a waste of energy. If you have a pump like this, you don't need to heat the tank, because it will push the veggie no matter what. Okay, that's a very safe, very reliable pump. I never had one of those fail on me. So that's what does the job. And this adjustment here, that's a needle valve. That's where you can adjust the pressure that goes up to the engine. All right. So I think that's all I have about this truck, and it's going up for sale, like I said, on eBay, Craigslist, and probably a few more places. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know and we can make a deal.